What if the greatest lesson a man ever learned came at the edge of 95 years? Not in a speech, not in an interview, just in the quiet, deliberate way he decided who belongs in the final chapter of his story. Clint Eastwood was born in 1930 into a country still bruised by the Great Depression. He grew up watching America reshape itself through war, rebellion, and revolution. Before he ever held a director's camera, he survived a military plane crash in the Pacific in the early 1950s, a moment that could have erased everything. It didn't. It hardened something in him instead. A refusal to let the world write his ending. Early Hollywood tried to dismiss him. Studios doubted him. Then Sergio Leone saw something others missed, and those spaghetti westerns transformed a struggling actor into a global symbol of controlled power. But here's what most people miss about Eastwood's journey. The image was never the man. The squinting eyes and the silence were a costume. Underneath was someone quietly evolving. By 1992, when he directed Unforgiven, the myth had cracked open. His characters were no longer invincible gods. They were tired men carrying wounds they couldn't explain. That shift wasn't just artistic, it was personal. And it never stopped. Through Mystic River, Million Dollar Baby, and into his 90s with Juror Number 2, his work became increasingly consumed with guilt, memory, and the weight of choices made long ago. That's not a filmmaker chasing awards. That's a man using cinema to process being human. Then there's the falling out that never fully healed. In 2006, Spike Lee publicly criticized Flags of Our Fathers for not representing Black Marines who fought at Iwo Jima. Eastwood responded that his film focused specifically on the 6 men in the famous flag-raising photograph, and those men were white. Both men dug in. Both men had a point. And both men had too much pride to let it pass quietly. The world watched 2 artists clash over something that mattered: who gets remembered and who gets erased from history. That disagreement never truly dissolved. And now, at 95, Eastwood has reportedly made it plain: Spike Lee would not be welcome at his funeral. Not as a dramatic gesture. Not for headlines. As a boundary. A final, quiet act of self-definition. Think about what it means to reach 95 years of age. You've outlived most of your critics, your rivals, and your closest friends. The performance is over. What remains is just the truth of who you are and who you choose to keep close. There's something deeply human in that. Not bitter, just clear. The real lesson here isn't about the feud. It's about identity under pressure. Legacy isn't what people write about you. It's what you protect when no one is watching. Eastwood spent decades controlling his narrative, through Malpaso Productions, through directing his own films, through never letting anyone else shape his story. Why would the final scene be any different? At 95, he's not angry. He's not performing. He's just done pretending that proximity equals loyalty. And maybe that's the most honest thing any of us can do: decide, without apology, who gets to be present when it matters most.